During the NATO summit, which took place in Turkey on the 7th and 8th of July, Zelensky went into that summit as a big boy. Zelensky went there to meet the big boys, which are the other NATO members, and made several claims. In fact, Zelensky did not want anyone to look down on him, even though he finally begged for help. He finally asked them for support. He asked them to support him with missiles and air defense systems. But if you listen to the things Zelensky said in that summit, you would think Zelensky owns the world. You would think Zelensky is the god. Now Zelensky is talking as if he's Donald Trump. In fact, people are always right when they say when you are a friend to someone, very soon you start talking like that person or you start acting like that person. Zelensky is currently acting like Donald Trump, exactly like Donald Trump. Zelensky claimed that Russia is losing about 30,000 soldiers every month as far as this conflict between Ukraine and Russia is concerned. That every month Russia is losing about 28 to 30,000 soldiers. Listen to what Zelensky said.
We are now eliminating around 30,000 Russian soldiers every month. Just imagine that scale. In June alone, nearly 28,000 Russian soldiers were eliminated, and we have video confirmation for every single one of them. The overwhelming majority were struck by drones. And frankly, we take no pride in this. We are saying it to show what modern war looks like, a war we did not start, but one we are forced to fight in order to defend our country, our people, our children. Every day, this war also sees a massive amount of enemy equipment, logistics, and military facilities destroyed. And again, we do most of it with drones.
I really wonder which Russia Zelensky is referring to. I wonder which Russia Zelensky is talking about, claiming that every month Russia is losing about 30,000 soldiers. You heard what he said. So Zelensky is very good to make these big talks like Donald Trump. He doesn't want the big boys, the other NATO members, to look down on him. Zelensky even claimed that they can do anything by themselves. They can stand against Russia by themselves. What they just need from what he just need from other NATO members is to support him with missiles and air defense systems. He said he is equal to the task. This is someone who has been begging recently, calling on Donald Trump to negotiate and end the war. But he went into the NATO summit as a big boy, claiming that he is a big boy, making several claims that Russia is losing about. Can you imagine? Now, Ukraine is winning the war on social media. This is what is happening. Why Russia continue to seize territories from them. This is what is happening. Somebody who has recently come out begging on Donald Trump, calling on Donald Trump to negotiate between Ukraine and Russia to end the war. He said Russia is killing a lot of Ukrainians and destroying residential infrastructures. The United States has always promised to help to mediate a negotiation to end the war, but they haven't done anything yet. He needs action. This is what Zelensky said recently. Now, an opportunity came, the NATO summit, for you to go and kneel down and beg for Donald Trump to act as a mediator to end the war. You went there making so many claims. During the same NATO summit, Donald Trump had a meeting with Zelensky and told Zelensky that he has made a call, or he had a call with Vladimir Putin of Russia regarding a negotiation between Ukraine and Russia to end the war. And according to the phone call, Putin said if they want to meet, they should meet in Moscow to have any conversation to end the war. That if there should be any negotiation between Ukraine and Russia, the meeting should be held in Moscow. This is what Donald Trump said. And I don't even know why Putin is coming up with things like that, requesting that if there should be any negotiation, it should take place in Moscow. What is Putin up to? What is Putin planning? What is he up to? I don't understand. How can you be requesting for a negotiation between Ukraine and Russia to take place in Moscow? And you know that is a red line for Zelensky. Now, let me show you the video where Donald Trump asked Zelensky that, are you ready to go to Moscow to have a conversation with Putin? Watch the video and just see how Zelensky reacted.
And really great.
Watch.
One of the things you talk about questions for Putin, but one of the things that I talked to him about was where would you want to meet? And he said ideally in Moscow. I said you're not going to meet in Moscow. You know, it just doesn't work. You can't do that. But he'll meet, and Zelensky's going to meet, and something's going to happen that's going to be positive. And I hope it's going to happen soon, because they have to, number one, lives, but number two, building your country, because it's got a tremendous future, in my opinion. Yeah.
Where would it be held, and when would that happen?
I don't know. President Putin said, I would love to meet in Moscow. And I said, I don't think, I have to put myself in this position. I don't know that he'd go to Moscow. Maybe he would. Would you go to Moscow?
It's difficult. There are a lot of Ukrainian drones there. That's right.
He doesn't want to be hit by his own.
Europe.
No, it's hard. It's hard to go to Moscow.
So you saw how Zelensky reacted when Donald Trump asked him, are you ready to go to Moscow to meet with Vladimir Putin for a negotiation? Zelensky said there are Ukrainian drones in Russia and he would not like That is a red line. Now, this is the same thing that Putin requested Zelensky to do when Zelensky wrote that letter to him requesting for the two of them to meet. Putin told him we can meet, but the meeting point will be in Moscow. And immediately Zelensky refused. So, according to Donald Trump, he had a phone call with Putin in order to negotiate to end the war, and Putin is suggesting that they meet in Moscow. And Donald Trump is saying, no, Moscow is not possible. That's impossible, because we cannot meet in Moscow because of Zelensky. So the meeting is going to be very soon. But what am I saying? Zelensky should humble himself. He should stop acting as if he's one of the big boys. Because Russia is dealing with Ukraine, despite the fact that Ukraine and NATO have stepped up going after Russia's infrastructures and oil refineries. But Ukraine is losing a lot of its citizens and territories to Russia. And things are not easy for Ukraine. And Zelensky, don't mind this talk that he's just bragging, hyping himself. Things are not going well with him. And he went into this NATO summit with a lot of pride, with a lot of comedy. I don't understand what he was trying to show to the other NATO members. And at the end, he was crying and begging for missiles and air defense systems. So do you think Zelensky is telling us the truth? He said he has the videos of the Russian soldiers, about 30,000 every month. Russia is losing about 30,000 soldiers every month, and he has the videos. What do you think about this claim by Zelensky? Do you think he's telling us the truth? Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And remember to like, comment, and share this video. And look out for my next update. God bless you.